Bamidbar chapter 13 verse 1 through chapter 15 verse 41. And Yodewah spoke to Moshe, saying, Send men to spy out the land of Canaan, which I am giving to the children of Israel. Send one man from each tribe of their fathers, every one a leader among them. And by the command of Yodewah, Moshe sent them from the wilderness of Paran, all of them men who were the heads of the children of Israel. And these were their names: from the tribe of Reuben, Shammua, son of Zakur; from the tribe of Shimon, Shaphat, son of Hori; from the tribe of Yehuda, Caleb, son of Yefunah; from the tribe of Issachar, Yigal, son of Yosef; from the tribe of Ephraim, Hoshea, son of Nun; from the tribe of Benjamin, Palti, son of Raphu; from the tribe of Zebulun, Gadiel, son of Sodi; from the tribe of Yosef; from the tribe of Menashe, Gadi, son of Suzi; from the tribe of Dan, Amiel, son of Gamali; from the tribe of Asher, Shether, son of Makael; from the tribe of Naphtali, Nabi, son of Wapsi; from the tribe of Gad, Geuel, son of Maki. These are the names of the men whom Moshe sent to spy out the land. And Moshe called Hoshea the son of Nun. And Moshe sent them to spy out the land of Canaan, and said to them, Go up here into the Negeb, and go up into the mountains, and see what the land is like, and the people who dwell in it, whether strong or weak, whether few or many, and whether the land they dwell in is good or evil, whether the cities they inhabit are in camps or strongholds, and whether the land is rich or poor, and whether there are forests there or not. And you shall be strong and bring some of the fruit of the land. Now the time was the season of grapes. So they went up and spied out the wilderness of Sin, and as far as Rehob, near the entrance of Hamath. And they went up through the Negeb and came to Hebron. And Ahiman, Sheshi, and Talmai, and the descendants of Anak were there. Now Hebron had been built 7 years before Tucson in Mitzrayim. And they came to the Wadi Eshcol, and cut down from there a branch with one cluster of grapes. And they bore it between the two of them on a pole, also of pomegranates and of figs. That place was called the Wadi of Eshcol, because of the cluster which the men of Israel cut down from there. And they returned from spying out of the land after 40 days. And they went and came back to Moshe and Aharon and all the congregation of the children of Israel in the wilderness of Paran at Kadesh. And they brought back word to them and to all the congregation, and showed them the fruit of the land. And they reported to him and said, We went to the land where you sent us, and truly it flows with milk and honey, and this is its fruits. But the people who dwell in the land are strong, and the cities are walled, very great. And we saw the descendants of Anak there too. The Amalekites dwell in the land of Negeb, while the Hittites and the Jebusites and the Amorites dwell in the mountains. And the Canaanites dwell by the sea and along the banks of the Yarden. And Caleb silenced the people before Moshe and said, Let us go up at once and take possession, for we are certainly able to overcome it. But the men who had gone up with him said, We are not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. And they gave the children of Israel an evil report of the land which they had spied out, saying, The land through which we have gone as spies is a land eating up its inhabitants, and all the people whom we saw in it are men of great size. And we saw there the Nephilim, sons of Anak of the Nephilim. And we were like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and so were we in their eyes. Then all the congregation lifted up their voices and cried, and the people wept that night. And all the children of Israel grumbled against Moshe and against Aharon, and all the congregation said to them, If only we had died in the land of Mitzrayim, or if only we had died in the wilderness. And why is Yodewah bringing us to this land to fall by the sword, that our wives and children should become prey? Would it not be better for us to turn back to Mitzrayim? And they said to each other, Let us appoint a leader, and let us turn back to Mitzrayim. Then Moshe and Aharon fell on their faces before all the assembly of the congregation of the children of Israel. And Yehoshua son of Nun and Caleb son of Yefuneh, who were among these who had spied out the land, tore their garments. And they spoke to all the congregation of children of Israel, saying, The land we passed through to spy out is an exceedingly good land. If Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh has delighted in us, then he shall give it to us, and give it to us a land which is flowing with milk and honey. Only do not rebel against Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh, nor fear the people of the land, for they are our bread. Their defense has turned away from them, and Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh is with us. Do not fear them. But all the congregation said to stone them with stones. Then the esteem of Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh appeared in the tent of appointment before all the children of Israel. And Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh said to Moshe, How long shall I be scorned by these people, and how long shall I not be trusted by them, with all the signs which I have done in their midst? Let me smite them with the pestilence, and dishearten them, and make of you a nation greater and mightier than they. And Moshe said to Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh, Then the Mitzrites shall hear it, for you by your power you brought these people up from their midst. And they shall say to the inhabitants of this land, They have heard that you, Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh, are in the midst of these people, and that you, Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh, are seen eye to eye, and that your cloud stands above them, and you go before them in a column of cloud by day, and a column of fire by night. Now if you shall kill these people as one man, then the nations which have heard of your report shall speak, saying, Because Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh was not able to bring these people to the land which he swore to give them, therefore he killed them in the wilderness. And now, I pray, let the power of Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh be great, as you have spoken, saying, Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh is patient and of great kindness, forgiving wickedness and transgression, but by no means leaving unpunished, visiting the wickedness of the fathers on the children to the third and fourth generation. Please forgive the wickedness of this people according to the greatness of your kindness, as you have forgiven this people from Mitzrayim even until now. And Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh said, I shall forgive according to your word, but truly as I live, and all the earth is filled with the esteem of Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh. For none of these men who have seen my esteem in the signs which I did in Mitzrayim and in the wilderness, and have tried me now these 10 times, and have disobeyed my voice, shall see the land of which I swore to their fathers, nor any of those who scorned me see it. But my servant Caleb, because he has a different spirit in him, and has followed me completely, I shall bring into the land where he went, and he and his seed shall inherit it. Since the Amalekites and the Canaanites are dwelling in the valley, turn back tomorrow and depart into the wilderness by the way of the Sea of Reeds. And Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh spoke to Moshe and to Aharon, saying, How long shall this evil congregation have this grumbling against me? I have heard the grumblings which the children of Israel are grumbling against me. Say to them, As I live, declares Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh, as you have spoken in my hearing, so I do to you. The carcasses of you who have grumbled against me are going to fall in this wilderness. All of you who were registered according to your entire number, from 20 years old and above. None of you except Caleb, son of Jephunneh, and Yehoshua, son of Nun, shall enter the land which I swore I would make you dwell in. But your little ones, whom you said would become a prey, I shall bring in, and they shall know the land which you have rejected. But as for you, your carcasses are going to fall in this wilderness, and your sons shall be wanderers in the wilderness for 40 years, and shall bear your whorings, until your carcasses are consumed in the wilderness. According to the number of days in which you spied out the land, 40 days, a day for a year, a day for a year, you are to bear your wickedness 40 years, and you shall know my breaking off. I am Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh. I have spoken. I shall do this to all this evil congregation who are meeting against me. In this wilderness they are consumed, and there they die. And the men whom Moshe sent to spy out the land, who returned and made all the congregation grumble against him by bringing an evil report of the land. Even those men who brought the evil report about the land died in the plague before Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh. Of these men who went to spy out the land, only Yehoshua son of Nun and Caleb son of Jephunneh remained alive. And when Moshe spoke these words to all the children of Israel, the people mourned greatly. And they rose up early in the morning and went up to the top of the mountain, saying, See, we have indeed sinned, but we shall go up to the place which Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh spoke of. And Moshe said, "Why do you now transgress the command of Yodewah, since it does not prosper? Do not go up, lest you be smitten by your enemies, for Yodewah is not in your midst, because the Amalekites and the Canaanites are there before you, and you shall fall by the sword, because you have turned away from Yodewah. Yodewah is not with you." But they presumed to go up to the mountaintop, but neither the ark of the covenant of Yodewah nor Moshe left the camp. So the Amalekites and the Canaanites who dwelt in that mountain came down and smote them, and beat them down, even to Hormah. And Yodewah spoke to Moshe, saying, "Speak to the children of Israel, and say to them, when you have come into the land of your dwellings, which I am giving to you, and you make a burnt offering by fire to Yodewah, or a slaughtering to accomplish a vow, or as a voluntary offering, or in your appointed times to make a sweet fragrance to Yodewah from the herd or the flock, then he who brings near his offering to Yodewah shall bring near a grain offering of 1/10 part of fine flour mixed with 1/4 of a hin of oil, and 1/4 of a hin of wine. As a drink offering you prepare the burnt offering or the slaughtering for each lamb. Or for a ram you prepare as a grain offering 2/10 parts of fine flour mixed with 1/3 of a hin of oil. And as a drink offering you bring 1/3 of a hin of wine as a sweet fragrance to Yodewah. And when you prepare a young bull as a burnt offering, or as a slaughtering to accomplish a vow, as a peace offering to Yodewah, then shall be brought with the young bull a grain offering of 3/10 parts of fine flour mixed with half a hin of oil, and bring as the drink offering half of hin of wine as an offering made by fire, a sweet fragrance to Yodewah. This is what is done for each young bull, for each ram, or for each lamb or young goat, according to the number that you prepare, so you do for each one according to their number. Let all who are native do so with them, in bringing near an offering made by fire, a sweet fragrance to Yodewah. And when a stranger sojourns with you, or whoever is among you throughout the generations, and you would make an offering made by fire, a sweet fragrance to Yodewah, as you do, so he does. One law is for you of the assembly, and for the stranger who sojourns with you, a law forever throughout your generations. As you are, so is the stranger before Yodewah. One Torah and one right ruling is for you and for the stranger who sojourns with you. And Yodewah spoke to Moshe, saying, "Speak to the children of Israel, and say to them, when you come into the land which I give to you, then it shall be, when you eat of the bread of the land, that you present a contribution to Yodewah. Present a cake of the first of your dough as a contribution of the threshing floor you present it. Of the first of your dough you are to give to Yodewah, a contribution throughout your generations. And when you sin by mistake, and do not do all these commands which Yodewah has spoken to Moshe, all that Yodewah has commanded you by the hand of Moshe, from the day Yodewah gave command and onward throughout your generations, then it shall be, if it is done by mistake without knowledge of the congregation, that all the congregation shall prepare one bull as a burnt offering as a sweet fragrance to Yodewah, with its grain offering and its drink offering according to the right ruling, and one male goat as a sin offering. Then the Kohen shall make atonement for all the congregation of the children of Israel, and it shall be forgiven, all the congregation of the children of Israel and the stranger who sojourns in their midst, because all the people did it by mistake. And if a being sins by mistake, then he shall bring a female goat, a year old, as a sin offering, and the Kohen shall make atonement for the being who strays by mistake. When he sins by mistake before Yodewah, to make atonement for him, and it shall be forgiven. For him who makes a mistake there is one Torah, both for him who is native among the children of Israel, and for the stranger who sojourns in their midst. But the being who acts defiantly, whether he is native or stranger, he reviles Yodewah, and that being shall be cut off from among his people, because he has despised the word of Yodewah, and has broken his command. That being shall certainly be cut off. His wickedness is upon him. And while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man gathering sticks on the Sabbath day. And those who found him gathering sticks brought him to Moshe and to Aharon and to all the congregation. And they put him in under guard, because it had not been declared what should be done to him. And Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh said to Moshe, "The man shall certainly be put to death. All the congregation shall stone him with stones outside the camp." And all the congregation brought him outside and stoned him with stones. And Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh commanded Moshe, and he died. And Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh spoke to Moshe, saying, "Speak to the children of Israel, and you shall say to them, to make tzitzits on the corner of their garments throughout their generations, and to put a blue cord in the tzitzit of the corners. And it shall be to you for a tzitzit, and you shall see it, and shall remember all the commands of Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh, and shall do them, and not search after your own heart and your own eyes after which you went whoring, so that you remember and shall do all my commands, and be kadosh unto your Elohim. I am Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh your Elohim, who brought you out of the land of Mitzrayim to be your Elohim. I am Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh your Elohim."